Well, Queensland nurse Cherie Robertson was driving home after a long day at work, only she never made it through the front door.
Cherie was one of 3 people killed in the horror car crash in Maryborough, sparking calls for tougher juvenile laws in the state. Cherie's sister, Lisa Latimer, and niece, Cass Leedham, join us now. Lisa, I mean, it's so difficult to wrap your head around the amount of pain that you must be going through. How do you process news like this?
It's very, very hard. I received a call at 3 o'clock in the morning saying that my sister had passed away, and it's just something that you don't want to hear. It was as if it was just a dream. It was horrifying to receive some news like that.
I'm so sorry, so deeply sorry, as are our viewers, for your loss and for what everyone is going through in Maryborough. We can't fathom it, is the reality. Do you remember the last conversation you had with her?
Yeah, we are from Sunshine Coast, me and my partner, and we've just had a little baby, and we were up here the other week, and she come over and visited us and met her great nephew, which was really good. She calls him the cranky baby and says that he's her brag at work, so she loved getting photos and everything of him all the time.
And this is the thing, she held such an incredible place in the community's life, but also obviously in your life. You know, she helped so many, and to think that her life was senselessly taken like this, it's horrific.
It's a terrible act. A 13-year-old behind a car. Harvey Bay and Maryborough have had enough of these juveniles running around doing what they please. They think it's a game and they can get away with so much.
Where do you think, and as we mentioned yesterday, we actually said to our audience, can you even fathom what it would be like to be one of those families and to find out that this crime was perpetrated by someone so young? Regardless, it's just heinous. Where do you think the blame lies? What would you like to see out of this?
We'd like to see tougher laws for these juveniles. We've had so many responses on Facebook and the community pages here, and everybody's saying the same. Like, they're stealing cars, that they're running around and vandalising properties and businesses, and the locals here have just had enough. They've got no respect of the community. They're running around thinking that they can get away with so much.
There's no consequences for what they do, so they don't care.
And you're left with a lifetime to grieve.
Exactly.
We are. We've got 2 other families as well, Kelsey's family and Mikhail's family, going through the same thing here at the moment, and our thoughts and our prayers are with Kayla in Brisbane, and the community is pulling together here to support. We've got the Outreach Community Church putting up a GoFundMe, and we've got one of the nurses, Lee, from Maryborough Hospital. She's put a GoFundMe page as well, and the community here is just overwhelming with support. We're just so lucky.
You know, I heard
to be a part of it.
I heard Lisa, the Premier, yesterday saying that these laws that have been enacted will take time to take effect. And this has happened. We need to have this stopped, these crimes, and it needs to happen. Now, what would your message be to the lawmakers in Queensland?
Oh, please make these laws tougher. Like, there is so many people out there that feels the same way. We just want to be heard. We just want to be heard to stop this nonsense with these teenage youth running around doing all this crime and nothing being done about it. We're just hoping that it passes a lot more quickly than what they're saying.
Agree.
I mean, how many more families does the government need to hear from? How many more victims do we need to see happen before
much pain?
it's just, I mean, it beggars belief. It's just ludicrous what's going on, and something needs to change. And then you're feeling the impact, and so are we, of a loss of this magnitude. I mean, she cared so much for her community. She was a woman who everyone loved. What was it about her, do you think, that made her such a unique person, and also the legacy that she'll leave behind?
Cherie was a rough character. She was loud and she was boisterous, but she had a heart of gold. She loved her job and she loved helping people. The nurses up there, the nurses and doctors just love her, you know, and she'll be missed really sadly.
What are you going to miss about her?
Her loudness and no filter character.
Yeah, you hear her before you see her. You know Cherie's coming.
Beautiful.
Well, I can almost hear what she'd say about all of this. And something does need to be done. And we've spoken about it for too long.
Yeah.
We've had too many grieving parents, too many grieving loved ones on our program. We really appreciate you being on. Any final word?
Yeah, we'd just like to thank all the first responders that come on the scene to the accident. To the community, we thank you very much for your support, and we just hope we get on here and something can be done a lot quicker than just not getting done at all.
Lisa and Cass, thank you for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're hearing. Stay with us. We'll have more of Today right after this.
Community is grappling with coming to terms with the loss of 3 people killed in a horror car crash allegedly caused by a 13-year-old boy. Among the victims, Kelsey Davis and Michelle Chandler, much-loved members of Riverside Christian College and the local church. Their lead pastor, Darren Hayhoe, and school principal, Michelle Googe, join us live now from Maryborough. Darren, I want to start with you first. We are so sorry for your loss. This has absolutely devastated the community and shocked the nation. How are you holding up?
It's been a hard 2 days. Us as a community and all of Maryborough are revelling and hurt and broken at this stage. We've got a long road ahead of us.
It's one of those things that's so hard to fathom, isn't it, that this actually happened, and now to grapple with the loss of these so valued community members. Michelle, how will Kelsey and Michelle be remembered?
Yeah, look, leading a school through this really challenging time, and especially when they're members of your own church, is just such a challenge. But, you know, we believe in power of prayer, and we will be rappelling together as a community to support family members, students and staff, and remember all the amazing contributions that they made to our community.
Yeah, what was it about these 2 women that made them so special?
Yeah, look, particularly Kelsey, a recent graduate of the college. She was a beautiful dancer, part of our dance troupe, a very, very successful dance team, close-knit dance team, and she will be remembered for her contribution there. But not only that, she had recently started an internship here at the church. She was a woman of God. Her Christian values and faith epitomised what we epitomise at the college at Riverside.
And Darren, Kayla is a youth leader at your church. She was critically injured in the crash. Have you got an update on her condition?
Yeah, I've spoken to her husband early this morning. Kayla's fighting. Dave unquestionably knows that his wife is touch and go, and he said that she's fighting. She continues to fight, and Dave stays beside her until they walk out of that hospital together, hand in hand. Yeah, we really appreciate everyone's prayer and concern and support in this. They're going to need a whole community of people to get through this. The rehabilitation and the track forward is going to be hard. It's going to be really hard for them, their family, and everyone concerned.
I can't imagine the strength that you would need to get through something like this, and Kayla's husband there by her side, just willing her to improve. I mean, there must be a lot of anger among the community about what's happened here.
I think that the community is irate and angry about the situation 100%. When anything like this happens, people ask questions: why? How did it happen? But for me, in our predicament, we have to focus on the people that are the victims. We have to focus on the families. We have to focus on the community that's broken, and and that's all we'll focus on. Me as the pastor of this church in this town, we will 100% put all our effort into, and our concern into the families that that need us to support them. I don't think there's any benefit in ever us looking at the negative side of these things. Right now, we need to get these families through this hardest time of their life.
Yeah, I mean, that pillar of strength will be so necessary for the families. Thank you so much for the work you do, and our thoughts, of course, go out to Kayla and her family as well at the moment. Thank you, guys. Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?